What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to be talking about what's happening in the market for this upcoming week. February is a new month. We've got a lot of new things going on. So, let's jump into it. Let's jump in the analysis. Let's talk about what's been happening in the market. So, let's first recap what happened in last market, okay? Let me go ahead and share my screen so that you guys can see me and you can see the screen so I can go over any information as needed. Awesome, perfect. So, what we saw this week was insane. We saw SPY run down basically Thursday and Friday, absolutely just insane amounts. Thursday was a massive dip all the way to 684, 685, I think. It was absolutely insane. We made a lot of money doing that with the shorts, but I just want to say it messed up a lot of options traders. A lot of people weren't happy about it, and the market was definitely mixed up. There was a lot of stuff that was going on, and it shows the weakness of the market and the instability that we have in the current trading market. Tech is still a big thing, but we see a lot of our companies reporting and they're just absolutely getting clobbered. So Microsoft took a massive hit, almost down 12, 13%. And so it suggests that, they want to see more from AI. They want to see things happening. And people are tired of the AI narrative and it's not producing any hard results. Now, big companies are really happy about it, but we need to see something sooner. Over the weekend, though, more so recently, crypto is really, really bleeding. Bitcoin is down under 80K, and there's a lot of liquidations happening. Nearly $2.5 billion wiped out in derivative positions. So this is putting a lot of pressure on the risk sentiment, which I think will be probably positive for things like silver, gold, copper, all these different metals. More about metals in a second here, but the crypto slide is not just a normal dip. Bitcoin is touching levels that it hasn't seen since April of 2025. And the broader crypto market is seeing heavy sell-offs, especially across Ethereum, XRP, and all the other major tokens out there. So the risk appetite is going down. It's softening. Traders are rotating out of speculative assets into safer holdings. Their gold and their traditional hedges are seeing renewed interest, even though they had a massive drop off. Gold and silver dropped off an insane amount. There is still more interest being seen in these in the recent sessions. And I think this week we'll start to see gold and silver really start to peak back up again. Bottom line is we didn't get the breakout we were looking for this week. I think a lot of people were looking at SPY to reach higher levels, all these companies to go up higher, but we didn't see that. We saw profit taking. We saw crypto stress. We saw earnings driven panic, okay, dictating flow and price action. We did not see fresh bullish catalysts, and we're seeing a lot of the market start to change in the way that it reacts to information. So, first thing I want to talk about is the market, the big seven, and what's been going on. So first and foremost, let's talk about SPY. SPY has been all over the place. SPY has been running around a little bit. SPY is currently trading around 690, 60. Okay, I think it'll run back up by tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure, but this has been a little all over the place. Let's go here to the 30-minute window, and you can see that SPY has had a good run up at the middle to end of January. Okay, we had this run up here. Get rid of all this stuff. And we had this run up, and SPY was doing pretty good. And then we got to high levels of 698 here, which is pretty awesome towards the end of January. But after the 28th, really, we had massive pullback. We didn't see the push up to 700. I think people took profits, and we had this huge run down to 684, 83. We made a lot of money off that. Ran back up, and we're back in this consolidation range. And I think that what we'll have is more consolidation here, maybe more of a run up, maybe a retest of 698 probably this week, but maybe not a break. QQQ was doing very good as well. Basically the same thing. Ran up all the way to 637. Insane. Massive drop off. This is a very clean drop off. A little bit of run off, more consolidation. I think we'll start to run up to 630 again. I want to talk about SanDisk. SanDisk had a massive pop after earnings. This came all the way up, dropped back down, and I think we're going to see more consolidation right around here. Just holding back and forth, up and down until a later level, okay? So probably nothing too crazy. Next, we're going to talk about Baba. Baba, I think, will continue to push up. We'll see a retest of 180, but we're not seeing the break of 182. I think that's like what Baba needs. We may see it. I have some positions out on this, but we'll look to see if this breaks. Big technical levels is Baba has a lower end of 162 here and a higher end of 160, 182, so it's going to train into that range. Gold, massive drop down here, huge drop down. You can see right here very clearly. Gold went all the way down, just completely took a shit, right? Excuse my language, all the way down here to 437, came back up a little bit. And I think we will, maybe see more of a downside. But to be honest with the news that's coming out, I think we will see a reversal because things are getting a little crazy. Same thing with silver. Silver went all the way down to $69, hit a huge drop off here, huge sell off, ran up to 110. I think we'll start to go back up to 100 at least with what's going on. Meta, okay, huge jump up after earnings, some consolidation. This is normal, okay? This wasn't so bad. Google pushing up. I think we'll start to see 350 this week. Tesla, a little bit all over the place. They had a huge spike with earnings, but they were not able to maintain it to a large degree. And it just seems like it's bouncing all over the place. Microsoft, massive drop. Microsoft had one of the biggest drops that just happened here. Huge drop that just occurred. And Microsoft just went completely down. It's trading at about 425. I think it's a bargain price for Microsoft. I think Microsoft is still a very strong, large company, but there's a lot of doubt in Microsoft for it to grow long term now. Amazon. Amazon is consolidating, not getting its progress that it should be getting, but I think it will start to push up to 250 here. We need a major catalyst to get it over that 252 mark. Micron Tech continuously pushing up, constantly doing well. Even these pullbacks are pretty healthy. 450 going down, it's not a big deal. Micron Tech has a very, very bullish sentiment, so I think we'll continue to see that move up. Apple, okay, after earnings had a little bit of a pop, but nothing crazy. Apple still trading where it's supposed to be trading at. Nothing too insane. AMD, is starting to become a big stock here. Dropping down a little bit to 236. I think this will run right back up to 250 and hold around there because it did hold around 250 for a period of time. The drop off, I don't think is going to be anything insane. I think it'll still hold above there. Nvidia is doing absolutely amazing. It's pushing up. It tested 194, did not get a break of 194. If it gets a break of 194, this thing could go up to 200s. And yeah, those are some stocks that are the big seven there. America's sweethearts are not doing as well as they should be, but let's talk about some other companies that I think will be doing good. Rocket Lab had a massive drop off, okay? A little bit of a drop off here. Hasn't been doing so well since January, but I think this will base, if I can find a base for this, I think this will run back up and retest highs. Crowd, huge drop off on the 29th. Massive drop off consolidation could run back up. USAR looking for this to run back up to 40 in the short term, looking for this to run back up. ASDS looking for this to make a test to 130. Big drop off as well, a lot of consolidation, and this is where we saw the pushback up at around 108. Carvana got a lot of people fucked up, okay? Massive drop. They said they were messing with their profits and earnings, so people were not so happy with Carvana. And ultimately, this will be something that we will just have to wait and see. I think this will have more downside. CoreWeave, not touching this. Think it could run back up, but I'm just not too interested in it. I think it's too all over the place. One thing I will like to see run up more is Irene. Irene is looking pretty good. I think Irene will run up more this week. So very bullish on Irene. Um, Albemarle Company. I think this will start to push back up again. We had a lot of drop off. Okay, big theme you're going to see is all these companies are falling off, but they will start to recover. And I think with this week, if we get some good positive news, some good push, some good sentiment, Bitcoin is very, very, crypto is getting cracked right now. I think stocks will still continue to do well. And I think that gold and silver and other assets will start to really pop off. So, the market is looking a little fuzzy. Crypto is bleeding. Indexes are, mixed to slightly softer. We're seeing a lot of the weakness in the market right now. We're seeing that SPY is not so strong. It's not going to hold at 690. It's going to break and it may go lower. So risk appetite is going down as traders are looking for things that are more guaranteed, including myself. And yeah, it'll be an interesting week. It'll be a week that we make money just like every other week. If you guys want to know more about how I trade, how I make my money, feel free to click the link down below to jump into everything that I'm putting out. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Peace.